All right, happy. Oh, I done fucked up.
Oh.
Fucked up. I done fucked
Okay. She needed a little bit more promotion.
She didn't need. She didn't need more promotion.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's all it was.
All right, welcome. Happy. What? Wait, what night is it?
I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I think it's Tuesday.
Yes,
Yes, it is Tuesday.
Look, y'all. We do so many damn shows. I can't even keep track of what fucking goddamn day it is.
Look, he's a little bit on the old side, so we got to cut him a break.
You know what? You could shut. You could shut your
You
whore
can't
mouth
say
right now. You shut your whore mouth right now, Matthew.
You just wait until we get on our Star Trek talk.
Oh, Lord.
Don't you push me already.
He's
We
killing
just
himself.
started. You're already trying to start shit. We ain't even fucking 3 minutes into the goddamn fucking podcast.
Gotta have fun.
And these boys are like, what the
Courage.
fuck did we just sign up for?
This is all in our realm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, everybody watching, happy Tuesday fucking night. We've got Nightmares from New York. If you have not checked out this band, you're fucking retarded. That's all I'm going to tell you. Bottom line. I'm just going to call you out right here on the spot because this band's fucking phenomenal. We found them on fucking YouTube and checked out one of their music videos, and it fucking blew everybody here at Sound Injection away. And of course, if we like you, we're going to come after you and try to get you on the show. So welcome, guys. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good, man. Good, man. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So both of you got to answer all of our questions. And of course, you got
That's
one
cool.
lot of hosts that have all different kinds of questions for you, so you never know what's going to come
a
out.
bunch of new stuff.
The hot love seat.
Right. So I'm going to put you straight into the fucking hot seat right off the bat. What was the one pivotal point in your life that you guys decided that you wanted to be a musician, you want to play in a band? Was it another band? Was it a family member? Was it a show? What was that one point in your life you're like, this is what the fuck I want to do?
Shit, I think it was probably when Slipknot's first album came out in '99.
All right.
Because when that came out, I didn't know music could sound like that. I didn't know that it was cool to be that heavy, but have singing stuff, like mainly Wait and Bleed. But
Right.
and that, I heard that, and then I think like Atreyu and Under Oath back in like early 2000s, and just going to local shows. I was like, what is this? I didn't know that we had bands in our hometown that played heavy music. And we just got together with like some of our buddies and just started playing music or pretending to play music. Like as a kid, you're just like pretending to sing along to like Linkin Park and shit in your bedroom and stuff like
Sounds
that.
great, guys. So
Yeah.
off tempo.
And then yeah, I don't know. It just like sparked from there. I mean, we're old as shit now, so still trying to do it.
Hey, I feel you. I'm old as shit and I'm still fucking doing it.
Honestly, though, if Rob Zombie can get up at Welcome to Rockville and shake his hips and outperform some of these young bucks, like, we're not too old. We still got decades.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I
so
agree.
me and Meg here, we just covered Welcome to Rockville a few weeks ago. We went to
sick.
Welcome to Rockville, and you got these older guys that are like Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie, for instance. There was hardly any younger bands that could have outperformed them. Not even fucking close. Like, they outperformed so many fucking bands that it wasn't even funny. Now, the best band out there, I have to say, was Knocked Loose.
Yeah.
Knocked Loose to me was the best fucking band out there, period. End of story. And
That was the best experience for sure.
so
Yeah,
don't
they're killing it.
ever put your age out there, because it really doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
What matters is what you bring to the table.
Just keep on rocking on.
How much energy you're willing to put out. It doesn't matter on your age,
Yeah.
but it matters on what you're going to put into it and how much you're going to put into it.
For sure.
Like me, I wanted to do music whenever I seen Motorhead for the first time. It was the video for Ace of Spades on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
That shows my age right there.
That's all right.
Now I want
I
to hear
was right
Michael's
there
take
watching
on
her.
All right,
what
so
was your inspiration?
I'm a little nervous to actually, answer this in a public forum, but
Don't be
like
shy.
what really I think in 7th grade and the movie School of Rock,
Hell yeah.
I was just like, yo, that's like, because
Yes.
I was not making any sports teams and not able to bust a kickflip or whatever, so I just like fell into it as like my thing, and then from there and somewhere around there, there's always LimeWire and like Linkin Park and my friend at 4th grade was like blowing my mind, which gradually just turned into whatever, and then
And here we are on a
local
podcast.
shows
Yeah.
and
Yep.
David was, I always saw David rocking me in the pit. He definitely, like, one of the first show I ever went to, David hit me in the pit, man.
Oh boy.
So and from there I was hooked, and the rest is history. But 18 visions for the record. So,
Hell yeah.
Fair enough.
I think
fair enough.
Seven Dust was a huge part in that too.
So
First show I
the-
ever went to was Seven Dust.
The School of Rock thing is big too, because I'm also a music teacher now, so that really, like, I think my
Oh, yes.
my whatever you want to call it, brain that functions in one certain way, grabbed onto that and made that my. So I'm Jack Black. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right,
Oh,
CB,
yeah.
you're up on deck.
All right, so you guys are in New York. What is the weirdest thing you guys have seen in New York?
Like in general or at like a show?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
general.
go in general.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Tell us what it's like to
got
live in New
stories
York.
about New York. So yeah,
Well-
let's do in general.
The first thing is we're 6 hours away from New York City, so all the real weird shit is happening there. But we have a page on Instagram called Rock Gone Mad, and it literally has like all of the insane shit that happens here on their Instagram page. People just submit it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
crazy.
I mean, the crazy thing is, like, you see it in the video, and it's a lot crazier, but you will see it at any given gas station or street corner, And the thing about Rochester too is it's kind of really small, so you could drive 15 minutes in any direction and end up in like a completely different neighborhood kind of thing. So like,
Okay.
there's all kinds of interactions that are crazy, but they're also like sad.
Aw.
Like, because
Yeah.
it's like your community, but yeah, I don't know, it's it's that, I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Meg, you up?
Well, on that note, so let's talk about like shows. So have y'all ever had a show just go really fucking sideways and like it still ended up working out? Like, I want to hear a crazy story about that. How did you
Literally,
recover?
the last show we just played, actually, it was like 2 weeks ago. Some of our shit wasn't working right off the start when we went in for sound check, and we were all kind of freaking out because we kind of did what we needed to do to troubleshoot it, and it still wasn't working. Turns out all we had to do is reboot our laptop.
Yeah.
And so everything's great. We're about to go on. Our intro's playing. Everybody goes out. I have a wireless microphone, and I turn it on after everybody goes out because I don't want anybody to be able to pick up on our conversation in the back room. And I walk out, and I think it's going to work, and my mic just doesn't work. And it took us like we don't even know what happened because we got our shit back to our space and everything works. So we don't know if it was like radio interference or something like that because everything's wireless and digital now. So basically the first 2 songs ate shit and then the rest of it was fine. But I was immediately like, I can't wait for the show to be over with. Like, I try not to let stuff like ruin it for me, but immediately like that, I was like, I don't want to play the show anymore. I just want it to be over. Which, and it, like,
I'm gonna go crawl into a hole.
yeah, my wife knows to take all these videos because I'll obsessively watch them later. And I watched a bunch of them. I was like, oh well, at least we played great. Like it could have been
Yeah.
much worse than just that. But and then there was another time where our laptop is just like shit the bed mid set, and all our program lights and everything just shut off. Nobody noticed except for us, but
Yeah.
I mean, we got it together and we were able to like get it back up and we finished the set. But like in those moments, you just feel like it's an absolute disaster. And no matter how good the rest of the show goes, you're like, this sucks. I don't want to be up here. And you try to not let it show, but sometimes you just can't help it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that shit sucks.
I had an asshole band director in band, but he did teach me one valuable lesson, and it's that if you make a mistake, don't worry about the mistake. It's all about how you recover.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the audience isn't all, they're not going to notice most of the time unless they're like diehard music fans.
Yeah.
No one's going to know that you made that mistake.
Yeah,
Just
a
like
wrong
you said with
note
lights,
is
but
only
it's all
wrong.
about
The wrong note is only wrong if you do it once. So
right. You just recover
no, it turns into
and
just
you keep going.
so,
Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, that's
but you know, that's
Yeah.
different. That's different.
she asked you if you had any different experiences.
So the question was about
Having a show go absolutely awful, but still ended up being a good experience.
well,
Like,
you know,
nothing worked out, but it still worked
I'll
out.
bring it back. You know, we started in like 2009. We got our first van, yeah, our only van we ever had, and we had a show booked in Buffalo, New York. It was an apartment show on top of a pizza place. And we had to bring, you know, well, bass cabs and drum sets up like these like completely like just this narrow vertical
Yeah.
nonsense stairwell. And we get up there and it's just a hot mess. And but like it's like so we show up and we walk in like we're trying to check in because we're just like a band trying to check in at a show. We didn't really know all the details that it was like just someone's house. So we walk in and then we're just in someone's apartment like talking to this girl, and like she's like, yeah, so whatever, upstairs. So we go upstairs and it's this fully like converted like, you know, like attic that's just like a rave club where they do raves, and they have like a bar and like a beer pong set up and all this stuff. And so also on the way to the show, it was our first time driving the van, and I was driving the van because it was registered and insured in my name, and you know,
You're like, I'm not taking any chances with these motherfuckers.
Well,
van loaded, we were ready to rip it. So we're going up I-90, which is Interstate 90. It goes straight up from Albany to Buffalo and beyond, I think even. But it's like it's a toll road, so we're on it. We're going where I'm flying. Our van has like 7 people in it,
plus
in
gear.
all our gear, and
No trailer.
and all of a sudden there's like a roadblock, and there's cars dead stopped, like, you know, maybe like a you know, a quarter mile or whatever, but far enough ahead for me to be able to slow down. Well, I put my foot on the brake, put my foot on the brake, put my foot on the brake. Brake is not braking. So I'm looking Josh in the passenger seat, and he just tells me, turn. So I turn the wheel. I'm going like, there's our old guitar player Jake is in the back, just like, stop turning, stop. But I ended up, so I saved it. You know, I saved it. No big deal. But so we ended up. So all right, traffic is going this way, and I ended up in the shoulder going this way. So we completely, you know, we 367 25.
Oh, fuck. In a fucking van. Oh, the sound cut out.
Crap.
We lost your audio. Oh, there it is.
we had to drive all the way to Buffalo and back with no brakes and
Yeah.
load our shit all the way up to this sketchy like rave apartment, which ended up being, you know, our most memorable show in
It got shut down right after we played.
it. Yeah,
Aw.
yeah,
Yeah.
which happens every time we do a house show or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
House shows are just, they're very hit and miss because I've played a lot of house shows in my life, and they've either been the most intense that I've ever played, or the closest I've ever went to being put in jail.
Yeah. sounds about right.
You know, it comes with the territory. All right, Daff, you're up on deck.
All right, you two. If you guys could switch to any other role or spot in the band, where do you want to go?
Oh man. I would like to say guitar because I always wish I could play guitar, but I'm always playing air drums wherever.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but so I don't know. I would say drums, even though I really wanted to learn how to play guitar, but I don't know.
think you could actually do drums, honestly. Like you have and your dad is a drummer,
That's true.
and you know you've grown up with it. It's in your like DNA. Like, and he
Yeah.
actually helps a lot with load in on drum. You know, this vocalist helps a lot with load in and setting up mics and all kind. He knows, you know, he does know some
Whoa.
stuff. And even when he picks up a guitar,
This is
he's
recorded
like,
too.
yeah. But he can actually, you know, he just needs
I'll
to
turn
sit
this into a
down and
little
do
clip.
it. But he's a busy
Yeah.
man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Fair enough.
It's
Holy
recorded.
crap, a vocalist that actually helps unload.
I know.
Hey, I help my band.
We're-
my band.
We're in weird times.
He probably does more than I do for load in. I mean, but
That's not true.
so now for me, vocalists would probably be cool because I would not help load in, and that would be my
Oh my god.
no. But I do like experimenting with vocals, although I also
Okay.
I think that
It'd be fun.
it would be the biggest outside of because I teach guitar and drums as well, so I do that a lot. So it would be if I really wanted to switch it up, I would say I would try to go for that. But
Okay.
All right, fair enough. So, each one of you, if you had your choice, you had to pick 3 bands to tour with. What 3 bands would you pick to tour with?
Oh man. Like, is it separate or all on one?
It's all in one. So, if you could go on tour and you guys had the choice to tour with 3 other bands, who would those 3 bands be? Who would you choose?
Shit. I mean, Slipknot is number 1 just because of the fact that it doesn't get bigger in metal than them. Heavier metal. I mean, Metallica's doing stadiums and stuff, but like for a heavy aspect, it doesn't get much bigger than them. Amity Affliction for sure. They've always been a band that stuck with me for a long time. Oh man. And like any smaller band, I'd say probably Kingdom of Giants because I like them a lot too.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, how about you, Michael?
oh my god. Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, my mind goes to I guess like Casey Strain would be, pretty sick. I'll say For the Fallen Dreams. And Counterparts, I think.
Oh shit, I ain't heard that in a hot minute.
And no, I definitely ride for Counterparts, dude.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll take it. All right, CB, you up on deck, brother?
All right. So, what is your guys' hobbies outside of music? What do you guys do when you guys are not doing music?
We're both dads. We both have children.
Okay.
Right.
Aww.
That's kind of it. Like it's mostly just like family stuff. I don't know, going to the movies, taking our kids to go do stuff. Our kids play together a lot, so yeah, this is our main thing to do, I guess, if you don't count work.
Yeah. It's cool because we both have boys, and they're both at the age where whatever we do is like the coolest thing in the fucking world. So
Yes.
hanging out with kids is really just, working
Ego
out
boost.
whatever music projects, plugging away,
Yeah.
just like showing them the ropes, telling them they're gonna be joining the band one day, and just
Oh,
living
yeah.
out those moments as much as we can
Then they hit
before
puberty.
they fade away.
I don't know if going out to eat is a hobby, but I
For
love
sure.
eating
Hey,
food.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Let's go try
I
something
love
new.
we have a really sick food scene in Rochester. There's like, we're kind of spoiled. Everybody kind of thinks it's a shithole here, and it's not. And we have a lot of great food places to eat, like higher end stuff. So if I can, I'll blow all my money there.
There we go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough. We're kind of the same way here.
Yeah.
So, we get that. We get that.
Hell yeah.
All right, Meg, you're up.
All right, so on the topic of food, if y'all could describe your band or your sound as a food item, what would it be?
Oh man, this isn't gonna make any sense because it's only a Rochester thing. So it's called chicken French. It's like egg battered chicken and like lemon pasta sauce.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah, it's
Is
like
it really just a Rochester thing? I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
French thing. You're sure? I mean,
No, I'm sure.
It's
I'm
like
sure.
French fries.
It's it's like
Look,
thin
I
cutlets.
pulled
Like you
up
got
all recipes, and it says chicken French, Rochester, New York style. It's
Yeah.
Rochester thing.
wow.
most people, if anybody is watching this at home, they're gonna be like, "Why didn't you say a garbage plate?" But I don't like them, so I don't eat those.
I love them.
I know.
I've
They make
heard,
You know what?
I've
So
heard
what's
they
a
about
make you want to
Garbage
die.
I need me to break
Oh.
it down. I'll say. All right, I'll just go ahead and say, just so I can talk about a garbage plate for y'all.
Here we go.
I'll say our band sounds like a garbage plate. So, which
It's,
it does. Which it does because a garbage plate is kind of dope if you think about it. No, so you got
It's coming in
all
hard.
right. So it comes in a big styrofoam takeout container. They fill half of it with macaroni salad, half of it with, well, you can pick what you want. All right, you pick two sides. All right, mac salad, beans, or fries. All right, I pick mac salad home fries, and then you
Okay.
get two just like burgers on top, and then you get meat sauce. Meat sauce is a Rochester thing too, I think, maybe, which you guys don't know about. I'm just whatever. But yeah, garbage plate is basically everything. Like if you went to like Cookout or something, one of those places, and then just threw sides, meat, no buns, and then just put ketchup and
It's
hot
just the
sauce
leftovers
and
after a
everything on
barbecue.
top. It looks like
what
that.
in the fuck is
Ooh.
that?
It's drunk
Looks
food.
good.
If you
Looks
eat
good.
one, before like 11 p.m., you're fucking insane. But they hit.
Yeah,
It's
we
for
had
drunks and light workers
had-
only.
we had friends on our last show that are from Canada, and we're just buddies that play video games together. We go record at the same place, and so we asked them if they want to be on our show, and it was their first U.S. show ever. And after everybody's like done sound checking, they're like, "We're gonna go get food." I was like, "Oh, where are you guys gonna go?" And they're like, "We're gonna get garbage plates." So I'm like, "You guys are gonna eat that before you play?" And they're like, "Yeah, why not?" And I'm like,
So
"Are you
heavy.
fucking insane? Are you crazy that you would eat that?" Like,
Yes, you
they
will.
didn't do it because of my reaction, but
You
then I made a
Don't
much
you-
better suggestion.
You
What?
saved
Don't
them.
you
man,
even.
for sure.
Don't
Who?
you even?
Who?
He's wearing the fucking shirt, and I'm not going in the goddamn story.
Okay, well then
Right.
it's just like my weird craving of my favorite sandwich that I like.
You're nasty.
Peanut butter and potted meat together on a sandwich is
It's
good.
Oh,
fucking
no.
disgusting. First off,
Wait,
potted meat
what?
is disgusting on its own.
Even
There's
he
So I
science.
live
said-
I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and there's this burger spot. I forget what it's called, but they would put peanut butter on their burgers.
Yes,
There's
it's
a burger
good.
joint.
That's
They would put
fucking
peanut butter
disgusting.
on their
I mean,
burgers.
I
No.
like, I like peanut
I don't
butter
hate the
myself.
sound of that. I'm not a
I know.
burger
It's
person.
basically potted meat is just vineys mashed up pretty much
I-
with peanut butter on top.
Our guitar player works at Red Robin, so we encourage burger innovation here at Nightmare.
Yes.
Dappy, you're fucking gross. I love you.
There,
You're fucking
there's a place in Syracuse because that's our buddy lives in Syracuse and that's where we record, and we always go to this sandwich place called Darwin's, and there one time I forgot what the fucking name of it is, but it was a pulled pork sandwich, but it had banana chips and peanut butter on it. It was
Ooh,
like
that
the
sounds
like an
good.
Elvis Presley thing or whatever. It was awesome. I was like kind of against it, but I got it and I ate it, and I was like, I haven't stopped thinking about it for 3 years.
Now you say banana chips. Are you talking like the hard, crunchy banana chips? Or are you talking like
Yeah.
slices of banana?
I'm pretty sure it was like the hard crunchy chips on there.
The
I'm
freeze
pretty
dried
sure
banana
that's what it
chips.
was.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Y'all are all nasty.
There's some good food places upstate New
You
York.
got-
I mean, really.
My dad is a huge Elvis fan, so when we were kids, he took us to
Oh.
Memphis, and we ate what was it, fried peanut butter banana sandwiches. We tried
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Yes.
Like bacon.
Yeah,
Yes.
when I was a kid, I thought it was disgusting, but now I'm like, that's delicious.
Good.
Yeah.
I just didn't have a palate back then.
You had to develop it. Had to
Yeah.
mature.
I don't even know what to say right now.
You've been outvoted.
Yes.
Look, I live in the South, and I live on an island, and everything is about seafood. It's seafood and spicy.
Oh yeah.
It's where you
That-
lost me. I don't like
that's
seafood.
life here. If you come here, it's all about seafood and spice, and that's it. But like all these like wild fucking ass concoctions like Daffy and her disgusting ass fucking potted meat, whatever the hell she fucking mixes with it,
Peanut butter.
that is like goddamn blasphemous.
I mean, that's a lot better than peanut butter or mayo.
that
Oh yeah. I would definitely try the potted meat before the mayo.
I'm
Now
gonna throw
people
up.
What?
put mayo with their potted meat as well.
I
Well, that's
really should
normal.
start experimenting. I mean, with my peanut butter because I just feel like I can't think of besides peanut butter and banana. I mean, it's like
People do peanut butter and mayo.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I couldn't
Oh
do that.
man,
We
I
live in
can't
a
get in that.
sick world. We live in a sick.
So
sick
I'm
world.
gonna judge you.
I had a peanut butter grilled cheese once.
don't
It
eat
was
it.
actually
I don't eat
I'm
that.
gonna judge
I
you.
know, I know.
That
That
people
sounds
eat it,
good.
And I'm gonna judge you really hard. I judge Daffy every day.
Yes, he does. Look, he hates it when he asks me what I'm cooking or whatnot, and I go into it, and he's like, "That is not good for you."
Fucking not. God damn. Fuck. All right. We gotta get off the food shit. I'm gonna fucking vomit. All right. So, favorite horror film?
Ooh.
Each one of you.
I mean, the first one that pops in my head is the original It.
Okay.
I'm not super crazy about horror films, but funny enough, well, actually, that and Killer Clowns from Outer Space probably.
Fuck yeah.
My mom showed me It when I was a child. It was always on like Lifetime or some shit. She always had it
Yeah.
on, and I was like, I don't know if I should be watching this, but I liked it. I was into it. I was like, this is cool. So like we watched it a bunch, and then my grandmother, for whatever reason, whenever she used to watch us when we were kids, she always put on Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And when I was a kid, so I was like, oh, clowns, this is cool,
Typical grandma.
whatever. But then when you think about it, I mean, these clowns are like drinking people's bloods with straws and shit, and you're like, I don't know if I should have seen that either, but yeah, I would probably say those two.
All right. Fair enough. All right. What you got, Michael?
I mean, I don't know if The Shining counts. Is that horror?
Oh,
I mean, is it
Oh, yeah.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's as far as I mean. I watched it once when I was in like 5th grade. Loved it, and then didn't sleep for like a month, and then that's like the extent of my horror movie knowledge. But yeah, that movie still like haunts my brain like to this day. So
All right, fair enough. So
But
but
that
yeah,
kind
no,
of,
I think it's cool. I mean, I like the more psychological stuff. I mean, the whole like, and I like like the soundscapes and stuff that are associated with those movies
Oh yeah.
very
So
much.
that-
Like I will, I mean, I will listen to just a movie soundtrack. So
well, I'm kind
Yeah.
of
if
glad
there's
you
a
brought
dope,
that up.
but yeah.
'Cause that actually plays into, it's like a bonus question. If you guys were to put your music into a film, particularly like a horror film, what type of horror film would it be? Would it be like a fucking thriller? Would it be like sci-fi horror, monster horror? What do you think that your music would fit with?
If I could pick, it would be Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack because that soundtrack is fucking.
Oh,
sick.
dude, you're killing me. I love you. We're best friends. We're best friends. So I always talk. We talked about this on the show a lot. And as far as like heavy metal and hard rock was concerned, there's two soundtracks that if you're a metal fan or a hard rock fan, you have to listen to these soundtracks. One, obviously, is the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack. That was back during the heyday of Roadrunner Records. And
Yep.
you had Stone Sour and Slipknot and Spineshank and Devil Driver and so many of these
best.
fucking amazing bands on there. Another one was a lesser known film, but the film was written and directed by Dee Snider of Twisted Sister. He also starred in it. It's a movie called Strangeland.
Okay.
And that fucking soundtrack, again, was amazing because you had Marilyn Manson on there, Cold Chamber, Bile. You had all these amazing fucking bands that were on that
Sick.
soundtrack. Now, granted, Freddy vs. Jason was a little bit better, but the Strangeland soundtrack was damn near right there at it. And that really kind of helped catapult heavy metal and hard rock
Yeah.
to a whole new level. Between those two films and then a few video games like Tony Hawk Pro
That's what I
Skater,
was just gonna say. Like, yeah, that's
Need for
me.
Speed
Yeah.
Underground, because that's whenever I got
Yes.
introduced to Mudvayne because Determined was on there. Like, you have
Queen
so
of the
many.
Damned.
Attic X.
Yes.
Fucking, yeah.
Queen of the Damned was a huge soundtrack for me as well, for
Oh,
movie
yeah.
wise.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was
Yes.
for a lot of people.
I still listen to one of those songs from that soundtrack. It's good.
Yeah, it was sick. Jonathan Davis did a lot of that, and it was very fucking cool.
Yeah, I think him and David Draymond had a lot
Yeah.
to do with that soundtrack.
Yeah, that was sick.
And then you had Marilyn Manson, who did the soundtrack solely for Resident Evil, for the very
Yeah.
first Resident Evil.
Yep, that was awesome.
And it's just, it's fucking mind blowing on the level that those soundtracks actually had within, heavy metal and hard rock.
Yeah,
Before then, before those soundtracks, you really didn't see it.
Those two worlds are not meant to collide, but they do in that way with the aggressiveness. Like 9 out of 10 people, I will talk to so many people who look like they're gonna be like, yo, I listen to Meshuggah and all of this shit, but they're just like, no, I just really I'm a horror movie person, and they don't associate, but I don't know what I'm trying to say, I guess, but it's for them to do that, it resonates so well with the art. You don't know why people don't do that more, I guess, but
it's just like TRL. You'd get Britney Spears and Limp Bizkit, and then, I mean, even if you didn't like Britney Spears, you were watching for Limp Bizkit and vice versa, and then some people
Right.
collided, like, oh, who's this cool band on TRL? And it's Korn. And then they're like Backstreet Boys, and then it's just wild. Music stuff like that doesn't
Ultra
happen
State.
anymore, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really see it, and he is right, because I remember watching TRL back in the day, because I was an MTV kid. I grew up on MTV. And TRL, you'd sit there and watch everything from Christina Aguilera to Britney Spears, and the next thing you know, there's Korn, there's Marilyn Manson, because like Manson was on there at the top, because that was about the time that God, what was it? The Dope Show. That was the big song at the time. Was the Dope Show had come out, and you were seeing that, and Christina and Britney and NSYNC and 98 Degrees. But then
Oh my God.
you're all
Even back.
Limp Bizkit and Korn and Marilyn Manson and the Deftones. And all of them were all on this like one damn show.
They're all in the same. For you to be just listing these off in the same conversation, it's like it's insane. You know, it's just.
Right.
But it happened, and it is what it is. It's just like, so you know, we need more of that now. So let's do that.
Fuck the genres. It's all music.
Exactly. All right, CB, you're up.
All right, so along kind of all this, what is your guys' worst fear? So for me,
man.
I can't stand tight spaces, claustrophobia, and also deep water. I don't mix well with those.
You realize you live on an island, right?
I know that.
You know, there's deep water like right there.
I'm talking like water you can't see underneath you, big scary monsters that live in it. No, it's not.
You know we're going to the beach this week, right?
Oh yeah, oh I know, I'm terrified.
Oh, okay.
I would say spiders and snakes are a big number one for me. I do not like them whatsoever. And I make my wife kill all the spiders in the house because she loves me.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm fine with. I love snakes, but spiders, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm out.
We get wolf spiders in our like basement sometimes.
Nope. I'm out. I'm out.
Oh yeah, those things
And
are everywhere.
Yeah, they hang out in our mailbox too, which is kind of weird because they usually like dark like moisture, and there's no moisture in the mailbox. And trying to get your mail with this fucking quarter-sized spider is not it.
Those little fuzzy ones with like the blue eyes are kind of cute though. They're just hanging out. It's like your little roommate. Nope.
Nope. I'm about to bail off in the pool. Fuck that shit. That is fucking water, right? Yeah. Enough. No.
I kind of want to know what he's going to finish saying.
You.
I don't know how.
I can't do spiders and flying insects.
Yeah,
So
I don't like
things I don't do. And if it's a flying spider, I'm shitting myself and I'm fucking hiding.
So same question or same thing back at you. You know we live on an island, right?
You shut up.
it.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, basically.
Bye. All right, Meg, you're up.
Alrighty. So what is a piece of non-music media or art, you could say, that shaped your music development, your inspiration? What's something non-music that has influenced you?
Oh man. Shit. A lot of bad stuff.
It is rock and roll, baby.
Yeah. Life, I guess. Hard lessons in life that you didn't realize you were going to experience when you're a kid, and then you grow up and you're like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah. Really one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys have had the chance to read any of our lyrics, but they're not happy whatsoever.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's probably the correct answer. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, you can already tell the movie soundtracks I listen to, I'm not like, you know, really, really, really tapped in with the scene or anything like that, you know, so I get influence from all kinds of stuff.
Definitely movies too.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like just visuals and stuff. I try to, you know, think, and yeah, but a lot of the best stuff that, you know, we write just comes from I
The art
just
of
went
life.
through some stuff, and then we sat down and cranked out a demo, and we're like, oh wait, this sounds really good. Well, we're all like going through it, so it just comes out as a more natural, I guess.
Any movie with Ryan Gosling in it.
That's
Oh
him.
my
for sure. Yeah,
God.
no.
Yes.
See,
I want to answer for David too, because
And some comic books
He's
too.
leaving.
I'm a big
He's
Yes.
leaving a
Marvel
lot.
fan.
oh, you're a Marvel fan.
Yeah, I am.
All right, we're gonna get
There we
into
go.
this
That's
now.
Here we go.
I'm gonna cut you off for a second, Daff.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Your favorite hero and villain from Marvel.
My favorite hero is Spider-Man. There's no question about that. It's been like that ever since I was a kid. I feel like that's everybody's, but shit.
Nope.
Favorite villain goes right to the Spider-Man realm. I would say like Venom is number one, Mysterio is number two. Yeah, I feel like that's a no-brainer for me.
See, I'm a big Marvel guy, and mine are completely off the beaten path. Because my favorite hero is Moon Knight.
Nice. I just
And my
finished one of
favorite-
his comics.
Yeah, and my favorite villain is Mr. Sinister,
Sick.
Ooh.
which is fucking destroying me that they keep fucking goddamn teasing him in the movies, and it's pissing me off.
They're kind of.
Don't cock tease me, all right? Even fucking give it to me or don't. Don't sit there and tease me.
They're kind of fucking shit up right now, unfortunately. Hopefully, Fantastic Four is good. We'll see.
I'm gonna go see it, but
I bought tickets to it already, but
Ooh.
I'm hoping it's great. I want it to be great. I don't want to give up, but
my
never
two
know.
things are Marvel and Star Wars. That's the
Yeah.
two things
My
I'm
brother's
very
choosing Star
passionate
Wars.
about.
I'm getting there with Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
All right, Michael,
No,
what you
Star
got? What
Trek.
you got for
I heard
Marvel?
it.
How about Pokemon, man? Who are we at? with
I was gonna say, yeah, like,
Yes.
can we talk about
Let's
anime?
go with it. I don't know shit about Pokemon, but let's go.
My knowledge of Marvel goes from like David like shared his love of Marvel with me as a young boy, and I was like, yo, Spider-Man's kind of cool, but beyond that, no. I mean, I don't do
Anime
movies
is
really
cool.
or anything. I like Pokemon. I wouldn't say I like anime. I like Pokemon. I like Nintendo stuff. I don't know. I'm not into the Marvel stuff. My son watches Spidey and his Amazing Friends once in a
Oh,
while.
that's a cute one.
I like that. It's sick. I like Spider-Man.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Daffy, you're up on that, girl.
All right, so since we're on this topic, if you could put your music into any video game, which one would you put it into?
Oh man, that's hard. As a personal thing, I'm an RPG kind of guy, so like I love Final Fantasy and stuff. But that would
Okay.
never fit. That would never fit in that. But
Well, it
as
doesn't have
like
to.
Why not?
if it
Why
were to get out in the world, Grand Theft Auto, because everybody plays that game.
Oh yes.
Number 6, right?
Yeah, I mean I haven't played it since 4. But if it ever comes.
I'll say when they reissue, what was it? Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
Yes.
We could definitely a couple of our songs might fit on that mix. All I'm saying. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, going into music a little bit more, and this is getting a little bit more personal. If you could spend 24 hours with any musical icon, somebody who was a hero to you, whether they were dead or alive, who would it be that you spent that 24 hours with?
Probably, first person that comes to mind is Corey Taylor, just for the fact of like what Slipknot did for me and impact my life. I would also maybe choose LeJean Witherspoon from Seven Dust too. My wife worked for them for a while, so I've had the chance to get to know them, and they're very great people. But if I could go back to when I was a 13-year-old and be like, hey, you're going to know these people eventually, I would never believe it. So I would say number one, Corey, and number two is LeJean Witherspoon, and probably Chester Bennington too. I know that I answered more than one, but
that's
no,
very
it all
cool.
plays
That
into it.
works.
So
We just roll with the punches here.
Yeah, nah, I can't do one really, because, I mean, I would just say, he said Chester. I look up to Mike Shinoda for his like production and what he does like on that side of the band a lot. Trent Reznor, Dimebag, any fucking Vinny, Phil, not to whatever, but those guys, they just are doing so, they just exploded on their instruments, and it's just like insane, and I like that stuff.
changed everything.
see, my main one, I got to spend a day, right? Which some people have heard that story that I got to spend a whole day with Lemmy before he died.
That's
But
sick.
if you were to ask me now, the one person that I haven't got to meet that I would want to meet and has been a huge influence on me musically my whole life would be Marilyn Manson. Hands down,
Ooh,
Manson.
yes.
It's a good choice.
If I could spend 24 hours with Marilyn Manson,
I'll bet he has
That's-
lots to say.
if you really think about it, Marilyn Manson is a multi-instrumentalist. Like, he can play so many different instruments that people don't realize he can play.
Right.
And there's a lot of his stuff that he wrote. Like, if it wasn't Marilyn Manson, it would be Tobias Forge from Ghost.
Yeah.
It'd be one of them two, because both of them could play about any instrument that you stick in their fucking hand. Anything, everything. Doesn't
That's cool.
matter.
Sick band, yeah.
And to be
It would-
able to, with somebody who had that type of mastermind to create the band that they created, the lore behind it, the off stage, on stage, everything they've done, they are true to this day, true rock stars. And some of the very last of that, like,
Yeah.
like rock star persona that most people think about.
For sure. It'd be really cool to be back when he was writing Dope Show and stuff and figure out where
Oh,
that started it and all that.
See, I would have loved to sit in when he was doing Antichrist Superstar.
Yeah. That would have been really sick.
I mean,
Be a
it's one
fly
of
on
the
the
biggest
wall.
albums ever put out in heavy metal hard rock. One of the biggest selling albums. And just to
Nobody
be
did what he did.
Yeah, just to be a fly on the wall for the writing of Antichrist Superstar
Yeah, that would have been super
would be
sick.
fucking mind blowing.
That
would be-
autobiography is fucked though. I could not read like the last.
I read
like,
it. I read
made
it in like
No,
as,
I
like,
made
a
it to like the last
senior.
4 pages, and I'm just like, okay, I don't think I need to gather anything more from this here. So
It was wild. It was a
I couldn't
wild
fucking do
ride.
it. It tripped
Oh
me
my
out,
god.
just like The Shining.
I mean, that would kind of be like being on a fly on the wall for like Pantera with like the Great Southern Trend Killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
An amazing fucking album that still to this day is one of the greatest metal albums ever written. And you start thinking about all these like bands like Tool and Deftones and Korn, some of their like actual major, or Slipknot with like Iowa.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just being there
I
for
know.
the whole entire construction of Iowa?
It's not often certain albums do stuff to like your brain chemistry on the first listen, and then they stick with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Now think about those albums. How many bands did those albums help create?
Yeah. Hundreds of
Right.
thousands.
Exactly.
Like
Every band you listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sit there and you think about it, and you really put it in perspective. And this is where I feel like a lot of musicians don't really think about the impact they have on people's lives.
Yeah.
that you can create this album that literally causes people to be like, I want to be like you. I want to do this. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And you impacted this person's life so much that you changed the entire atmosphere of their whole life, because they could have been going off to be a police officer, a firefighter, a fucking real estate agent, whatever the hell they were planning on doing. And then all of a sudden this album hits and they listen to that one album and it changes the course of their entire life in a fucking instant.
Yep. Felt that.
And bands have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
But it's insane to me that people don't stop and think about that.
I
And
agree.
then when you pull back and you think about it and you think about where your band is at, and it's like, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Why do we exist?
I think generally people really do appreciate art. They just don't know really how to support it.
Right.
Like,
Big time.
you know, they just, so that's just the struggle of being the artist,
Yep.
So
I'm gonna steal his from him.
Mm-hmm.
Before,
I already know where you're going.
Yeah,
You're good.
before we go into playing their music video, if you guys could give any advice to an upcoming band that's just starting, what is that advice that you would give to them?
Spend the money. Do not half-ass your recordings, or do not half-ass a music video. Everybody digests things so quickly now, and even for me, even if it's a small band or a big band, as soon as they put out a single, if there's a music video attached to it, I watch it instantly. I feel like we went through that for a really long time. We did whatever we could to just like record some stuff, and like if you listen to our really, really old stuff, it doesn't sound that great. I feel like we learned kind of a hard way, almost, like being a band for so long, and then we finally did put money up to record in like a real studio, and we got to a point where we were unhappy. We felt like nobody cared about our music, so we broke up. I think we were broken up for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I cut hair for a living, and I was cutting Mike's hair one time.
check out I need to come see you soon, man.
at the barber shop I work at, and one of our buddies who isn't in the band anymore, he was like, yo, let's get the band back together. And we were just like, I mean, we're not doing anything, so I guess we could. And then it's like weird. It's like all of a sudden then we decided to, hey, let's do an album. Let's do a music video. I mean, we are very spoiled with one of our great friends does all of our videos. So we have a lot of cool people in our corner, but it still costs a lot. But at the end of the day, every release has been worth it, because we try our best to, obviously we want new people to hear our music, but most importantly, we want our friends to like our music, because, they're the ones coming to the shows. They're the ones buying the tickets. And we finally hit a point where our friends are like, hey, when's your next song coming out? Are you guys recording? And I'm like, oh shit, I guess you guys actually like us. Like, we don't have to
care.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre, but it's really, that for us is pretty rewarding, because I feel like we, have spent so much time begging our friends and our family to come to our shows, and we just spend like thousands and thousands of dollars into our releases just so like whoever can hear it. I mean, every other band is doing this as well. It's not just us, but
I get it.
my advice would just be to, if you're gonna take it serious and you want people to take it serious, get the good recordings, get the good content, and people will immediately be
where your mouth is.
Exactly. People will be instantly interested. Like as soon as we dropped our first new single, when we got back together, like it was the most support we ever had in our city for our music ever. So yeah, spend the money, put the time in, and just like show people that you care enough not to half-ass something. And I feel like it pays off.
All right, fair enough. How about you, Mike?
So, I mean, I would say it's almost like what he's saying, but it's just like, you know, the people the people that we surround ourselves with, the people that we work with, we, you know, work with them, you know, some of them push us, some of them just kind of do whatever we want and it comes out perfect. You know, you just got to surround yourself with people who really are invested as much as you are, I guess. Which, I mean, you know, it's kind of weird to say, but we've been, you know, established since 2009. So that's just a lot longer than a lot more local bands. So we have any person would want to work with us because they think like, okay, we've been around this long, we have a budget to work with these people. So maybe, and I think that draws in different people sometimes, but at the end of the day, everyone we work with is just like fully supportive of what we do and either appreciates our music or us as people, or, you know, on some level there's a lot of respect with everyone that we work with. And and they will push us and inspire us to try different things or not try different things, or, you know, give us hard truth, you know, and we do that amongst the group as well. And the people that are in this group we want everyone to just be comfortable, and we want everyone to be the best they can be. So
iron sharpens iron, for sure.
Yeah, and we just all love each other, from the members in the band to everyone we work with. So yeah.
Oh.
Fantastic. So on that, we have ran out of time, boys and girls, but on our way out, we are going to play a music video from Nightmares, which is their music video for Living in Tragedy. We love you guys. You know what to do. Be good to each other. Treat each other right. Don't drink and drive. And for God's sake, wrap your goddamn fucking tool.
Follow Nightmares on socials.
Follow them on all their social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, anything they got. Buy merch, and for God's sakes, go to a fucking show. Don't be a pussy. Get your ass out of the house and go to a fucking show.
Nike that shit. Just fucking do it.
On that, here is Living in Tragedy. On that, we will see you guys tomorrow for an early show. We have the band Continents from the UK joining us at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And on that, we love you guys. Have a fantastic
night, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
Thanks.